Hello everyone, welcome to the Google Snippets channel. So in today's video, we'll be looking at sending mails with Gmail SMTP server. But before we go into the video, I would like to mention two things. So the first one is I would like to apologize for not posting a video for a very long time now. So I've really been busy these days that I hardly can squeeze time to make videos as frequent as before. But not to worry, I will try to make videos more frequently. And the second thing I would like to mention is if you're just joining us on the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you've been on the channel for some time now, you haven't subscribed, but you've been seeing videos and you get value from the videos you see on this channel, make sure you also subscribe also. And after watching the video, if you like the video afterwards, hit the thumbs up. And also anything you have, comments, questions, whatever it is, drop it down in the comment section below. So with that, let's get into the code. So what we'll be looking at here, so what we have here is our code. So maybe I should just show how the code works in action, then we'll come back to the code later. So I'm serving on port 2022 and the root is /contact. So yeah, I'll just send the mail to myself. So I'll just do this is a test mail. I'll send the mail. So it alerts me that mail sent successfully. So if I check my inbox, I already open my Gmail down here. So this is the mail. This is the test mail. So it is saying from this to me. So I'm just sending mail to myself. So that is basically it. So with that, let's get into the code and see how the code works. So the first thing first is maybe I should show the HTML. So the HTML is just a simple form. So this is just a simple form. It has two fields: the email field that will take in the receiver's email, and also the message field that are taking the message that needs to be sent, and also a button. Then it has an if block here. So this basically runs when this particular page has a method post on it, and the reason why that is, we'll check it when we get into the go file and see how the code works. So that's basically the HTML. Then the go is simply, I'm just declaring just one route. So HTTP handle for where on /contact, and the first thing is I'll just load my index.html as a template, which is what I have here. Then I'll switch on the method. The method is a get, just execute the template, meaning it just presents it to the browser. Then if it's a post method, I'll just get the mail, the receiver's mail, the mail I'm sending to, and also the body. So this conforms to the name I gave the input here, receiver mail and body. So once I get those two, I'll just pass them into my send mail function. I'll use them to send the mail. So what does my send mail function do? So this is where the whole logic of sending the mail comes in. So first of all, I'm declaring the variable from. So this variable from is basically the email that you configured to use Gmail's SMTP server. So it basically has to be a Gmail email. So it has to be something at gmail.com because we're using Gmail's SMTP server. Then we're using an SMTP host. So the SMTP host for Gmail servers are smtp.gmail.com. So you can Google search, let me see, you can Google search. So here we have it. This is the SMTP host, smtp.gmail.com, and this is the SMTP port, which is port 587 for TLS and port 465 for SSL. So I'm sending on TLS, so I'm using port 587. So back to the code. As I'm having SMTP port as 587. Then I'm configuring headers. So this headers part of it is not really, it's not something that is compulsory, but just to make it formatted based on RFC82 formatting style. So if you go search RFC822, so RFC822 is just the standard for sending messages on the internet. I'm disconnected. So let me connect again. Sorry, I think my internet went down. Just try to connect back. So I'm connected back. I'll reload this page. So this is it, standard for formats, standard for the format of internet text messages. So you can read on it later if you want to know more about RFC 22 and send emails. So that is it. Then this is just the headers. So these headers, these are the fields. These fields should not change from to subjects, but the thing is they are case insensitive. So the F can be small letter, the T can be small letter. That's what you just need to notice. Then I'm just bringing over these headers. Then I'm creating just a single string. So I'm declaring a header message, which is a string. So I'll just bring over this. Then for each value, I'll just concatenate the name and the value to this string. So this is going to be just one string with name and value, each of them starting from a new line. So I'm going to have a from, then the from, which is my name, then a to, on the next line a to, then the receiver, which is what I pass into this place. Then everything like that, so just going through the map, then it's to concatenate it to separate the header field and the value, each of them being on a new line. So that is basically it. And I have my message. So my message is I just finally concatenate my body, which is the second argument that my send me function takes. I'll concatenate it to the header message. So that will be the message body that we are sending. Then from there we'll just use from package net SMTP, which is in the standard library. One of the numerous wonders of Go. Go has a lot of things built in. So you really don't have to before you use a third party library unless you really want to. Most of the things are already built in. So this one plain the function SMTP the function plain alt rather from package SMTP takes in four arguments. The first one's an identity, most times always an empty string. Then the second one is a username. So username is basically the email that you configured for sending your mails. So which is basically still my email. Then the third argument is a password. So this password is where a lot of people get it confused. So I'm sure there are some people that have seen this kind of code before somewhere on the internet. Maybe when we were googling how to send mails with Go, I came across this particular code that I'm presenting right now. But where most of those blog posts or videos get it wrong is this password place. So they really don't know how to generate this password. So a lot of people think this password is actually the password to your Gmail account, but it is not. If you use the password to your Gmail account, it won't work. So you need to use an app password. As with an app password, if you just come to your, if you're using Chrome, you just come to your Chrome, or if you're not using Chrome, if you're using another browser, just log into your Gmail account. So me, I'm using Chrome. I just come to manage your Google account. Then I come to the security tab. Then on the security tab, the first thing you want to do down here is to actually, so you have to come down to sign in to Google, signing into Google, this particular tab here. Then the first thing you need to do is to make sure that you have two-step verification on. If you haven't enabled two-step verification, go ahead and press this particular link and enable two-step verification. Then after that, the next thing you need to do is to create this app password. So you come to this app password. So you need to create a new app password. So it is the app password I'm going to use. So it's asking me to key in my Gmail password. So I'll key it in. So now that I'm in this place, so I'll just simply create. So these are the ones I've created before. This particular one here is the one I have here in my code that I'm using right now in this code. So it is actually this for sending mails. So once I'm done with this video, I'll most likely delete this. So don't copy this because you see I just deleted just one just now. So if you copy this, it won't work. After this video, I'll make sure I delete this. So you can create as many app passwords as possible. So to create a new one, you just simply come to this place, select app. What I do in this place, I just choose others because I really don't know what to choose. Then here I can just create a new one. I can just call it test password and generate. The moment you generate these 16 characters here, these 16 strings, this is what you use as your password. This is what I'm going to copy. So this shows only once. So you have to make sure I copy this and paste it somewhere because this shows only once. If I press done, I can't have access to the 16 strings again. So you just come there and paste it in your code. So that is basically it. That's what you use as the password, or else it won't work. Then after that, you pass in your SMTP host, which is basically this host here. So that SMTP host is the fourth argument that the function plain auth takes in, which is what is here, host string. Then it's going to give us an auth. So this auth has So we'll use this auth that we created just now, which is the authentication to send the mail. So we'll call the function send mail from package SMTP again. So this one takes in four arguments, the address. So the address is simply just the host separated with a colon and then the port. So the host is this, which is what I declared up, then with a colon, then the port. Then the second argument is the authentication that we just created, which is this. Then the third argument is the from, which is the email that we are sending from, which is basically still this my email here. And the fourth argument is a slice of string, which is basically all the receivers that we want. But yeah, I have just one receiver, which is what I'm passing into my send mail body, my send mail function. So I'll just pass it here. So if I have more receivers I'm sending, so I'll just put a command and I'll add everything. Then the last one is the message I want to send. Slice of bytes. It has to be a slice of bytes. So I'm just converting my message body, which is this here, to a slice of bytes. So that is all. Then if there's an error, we'll just return the error. Else we return nil. So remember that our function send mail here, we return an error. So that is basically. So I'll just call that function here and I'll use to send my mail. Then if there's an error, I'll just report that sending mail failed. Then try later with a 500. Because basically a 500 internal server error. Then if all goes well, I'll just execute the templates with this mail sent successfully. So this is the message that gets alerted when I send the mail and it is successful in this place. Yeah, so this if block means that if there's an information coming in, I'll just alert that information. So on the get, no information is coming in on get because I am passing new. But after post, an information is coming in. So this particular block will only be triggered on a post. That's basically how the whole thing works. Then I'm serving on the port 2022. Then remember that the route is /contact. So that is basically it. So just try it again and see if it still works. So I'll just use my email still. Then now send the mail. So it says mail sent successful. So I'll come back to this place. Then I think I should have that again. So I have that again here. So I'll simply just delete the two of them. So this mail from Google snippets, the heading you just see before, let me undo the delete so you see the heading. So this heading mail from Google snippets is basically what I have here when I was formatting mail from Google snippets. That is why it's always good to use this particular format of RFC 822. So to help you format your emails in a more informative way. So that is basically. Then I have a content type text dash plain. So this text dash plain is basically me sending the email as just a plain text. As is basically. So if you have some HTML email, you can change this one to text dash HTML instead of text slash plain. So that is basically it. So that will be all for this video. If you like the video, make sure you drop a thumbs up. And if you have any comments, any questions, any constructive criticism, I'm open to criticism also. Drop it in the comment section below. Anything at all you want to tell me, drop it in the comment section below. I will try to answer as much as possible.